If you ever played Street Fighter 3 Second Impact in the arcade, then you might notice that Akuma is a hidden character in the game. He can be unlocked via two different methods. The first one is an input code at the character select menu. The second one is another input code through the arcade machine's configuration menu. And you might be wondering, why are there two different codes to unlock Akuma in Street Fighter 3 Second Impact? And I'll show you the difference between both of them. One method is via the character select screen. Highlight Ryu, push down, down, up. Highlight Ken, push up, up, down. Highlight Ryu again, push up. Highlight Ken again, push down. Then highlight Sean, push down, down, up, down, up, up, up. And there's the icon for Akuma. The good thing about this method is that it's pretty easy to remember and the character select screen is very accessible anytime you play the game. However, if you happen to lose a match with Akuma, you will then see that his character icon is now gone from the character select menu. So that means you have to input the code every time you want to use Akuma. The second method is having access to the game's configuration menu. From here, you would go down to Configuration, then on the first player side, highlight the timer, press the start button 3 times, then highlight Event, push medium kick 2 times, highlight screen mode, and press the fierce kick, like the roundhouse kick button, 3 times. Highlight bonus game, press start 1 time, and then highlight damage level and push the weak kick 4 times. After this, you should hear a sound from Akuma which confirms he is also unlocked via this method. If you happen to lose a match with Akuma after you unlocked him this way, you'll find that his character icon is still available at the character select screen. And not just that, if you happen to power down your game or even reset it in some way, he is still accessible at the character select screen. So that means this method will unlock him permanently. And after that, you don't have to unlock him at all. So those are two different ways you can unlock Akuma in Street Fighter 3 Second Impact. So it really depends on which method you want to use. I mean, you can use the character select screen code anytime you want, but I mean, you gotta do it every single time. Whereas the other method just requires you to find the right way to access the game's configuration menu. As for Gil, in the arcade version, you cannot access him by normal methods, but if you can change the number values within the game's code, his portrait will overlap other characters. Shin Akuma is a hidden boss in the game. The arcade version also limits you from using him, but by using this method, you can change number values in the game's code and select him. This is kind of like using a Game Genie or Pro Action Replay like in the old days. In the Dreamcast version of this game, Akuma's portrait is hidden, but you can access him right away just by pushing up above Sean. Now, if you want to use Gil, you just have to beat the game's single player mode. After this, you can go to the character selection menu, highlight Sean, and press up 2 times, and Gil is now available. I read that you can also unlock Gil in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition if you beat the single player mode with every character. But if you want to play as Shin Akuma in Second Impact, there's also a similar way to unlock him in the Dreamcast version of the game. First, you play through the single player mode, you cannot lose a round, and get 3 perfect victories. Akuma will appear at the end to challenge you. The message he says during this interaction is the same one used in Street Fighter Alpha 2 from 1996. The Shin Akuma boss in that game says the same thing. I am power made flesh. Feel how weak you truly are. You must defeat Akuma here with a perfect or a super art that hits him. It cannot be block damage. After normal Akuma is defeated in this manner, he will rise up to change into Shin Akuma. You can see it's Shin Akuma by the double air fireballs. It's good to note that whatever super meter you have from the fight versus normal Akuma will carry over into the fight against Shin Akuma. The same thing applies to the boss, so if possible, try to save some meter into the next match. The battle against Shin Akuma is a tough one. He's fast, tricky, and very strong, but do your best to get through it. After you beat Shin Akuma, you'll see the credits roll. Just let it play out and continue to the player select menu. Highlight Akuma, hold start button, and press a button to select him. And there you go. You can now select Shin Akuma on the Dreamcast version of Second Impact. If we look at Street Fighter III Third Strike, the arcade version has Shin Akuma within the game, but he's locked away. He was considered to be an unfinished character in Street Fighter III Third Strike. He has a few glitches that were not fixed. He is locked away in the console version, I believe, and you cannot access him. At least I've never seen it on the console version. But again, in the arcade version, by editing the number values in the game's code, you can select him. If you can overlook the few glitches, he can still be considered a boss character in some way. However, he does not have access to every special move that Akuma has. For example, he cannot use the flip kick special move or its follow-up attacks, along with the KKZ super art not being accessible in his arsenal. Shin Akuma also does not have any EX moves either. I'm not sure if that was intentional because he was a hidden boss character in some way, or because they didn't have enough time to finish him. In some games where Akuma and Shin Akuma are both present, the Raging Demon or Shun Gokusatsu would be altered by speed, length traveled, and number of hits. But in Street Fighter III Third Strike and Second Impact, they seem to have the same values. If you want a better comparison, just look at Street Fighter Alpha 2. Akuma's Shun Gokusatsu will travel slower and it does not reach the entire screen, so it's easier to react to once the opponent uses it. However, if you look at Shin Akuma's Shun Gokusatsu, it can travel faster and reaches the full screen. This one is harder to react to because it's faster. Another example would be in Capcom vs SNK 2. You can see that Akuma's version is slower and it does not travel full screen, but if it does grab them, it gets around 15 hits. Now if we look at Shin Akuma's version, it's faster, travels further, and gets more damage with a total of 33 hits. I might as well cover Street Fighter III New Generation very quickly. Now in the arcade version, Gil can only be accessed by changing number values in the game's code, just like I mentioned before. But in the Dreamcast version, you just need to beat the game one time and Gil is unlocked above Sean. You can play as Gil here also, but why would you really want to when he's better in Second Impact and in Third Strike? Oh yeah, and the last thing here is that in Street Fighter III New Generation, there was an incomplete version of Hugo within the game files. It's still there, you can play as him, but because it's incomplete, it's not really that playable. However, a full version of Hugo would later show up in Second Impact. So that covers some gaming history about Shin Akuma and Gil in the Street Fighter III franchise. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up rating. I'm going to make more videos like this very soon, and if you want to see more of this stuff, just subscribe to my channel. But who do you think is a tougher boss in Street Fighter 3? Shin Akuma or Gil? Leave your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching. This is Acid Glow or Carlos, and I'll see you in the next video.